Ever feel like women operate on a secret playbook? Like you're missing hidden rules, fumbling in relational darkness? Most men do, and it's a source of profound frustration. This isn't a failing, it's an indication of nuanced human interaction. There are fundamental psychological vulnerabilities influencing women. Understanding these mechanisms is your ultimate advantage. This isn't about manipulation, it's about mastery. Equip yourself with knowledge to navigate these waters. Engage with this knowledge for genuine connection and respect. The deep-seated human need for external validation is a phenomenon acutely expressed in the feminine psyche. It's a fundamental craving for affirmation, for a sense of being seen and acknowledged. A man with a robust sense of self understands this dynamic. He offers genuine validation when it is authentically merited. His sense of self is not contingent upon her approval. He stands as a separate, sovereign entity. This self-possession provides a stable point of reference. We turn our attention to emotional escalation, a phenomenon many men find perplexing. Minor contentions can rapidly transform into emotional tempests. Your role is not to be drawn into this emotional storm. Meet escalating emotion with stoic confidence. Maintain your internal locus of control. Provide a calm counterpoint to emotional intensity. There exists a pervasive fear of scarcity, a primal anxiety about being left out, overlooked, or ultimately, alone. This fear fuels a drive for attention, to be the chosen one. A high-value man understands this dynamic. He doesn't react with insecurity. Instead, he communicates his own abundance. This isn't about wealth, but self-sufficiency. This creates desire, not desperation. He operates from strength, not deficit. His attention feels valuable because it is not promiscuously distributed. The task is to build his own kingdom, his sphere of competence and self-worth. When a woman senses a man is not operating from scarcity, it alters the dynamic. One of the most consistently misunderstood dynamics in male-female interaction is the phenomenon of the frame test. Women will, often subconsciously, test your boundaries, your resolve, your congruence, and your capacity to lead. These are not necessarily malicious acts but can be understood as a form of psychological inquiry. Can you hold your ground? Can you maintain your stated principles and direction in the face of subtle or overt pressure? This frame test reflex is a vulnerability only if you consistently fail these implicit examinations. For the man who understands this dynamic, these tests become opportunities to demonstrate that he is indeed a man of substance. Responding effectively to frame tests requires a delicate balance. It's about being firm but fair, clear but not condescending. There is a need for consistent excitement or emotional and intellectual stimulation in long-term relationships. Boredom can be a significant corrosive agent in any relational dynamic. Understanding this psychological imperative is not an invitation to become an entertainer, but to thoughtfully inject elements of novelty, intellectual engagement, and shared, purposeful challenge into the relationship. This could manifest in myriad ways: exploring new ideas together, undertaking new experiences, setting mutual goals, or engaging in stimulating conversation. A man who grasps this can proactively cultivate an environment where his partner feels continually engaged. He introduces elements of positive unpredictability that keep her intrigued and invested. We live in an age unprecedented in its facilitation of social comparison. The curated portrayals of life on digital platforms can exert a profound impact on individual self-perception and contentment. A high-value man recognizes the corrosive potential of this relentless social comparison. He understands that much of what is presented externally is a carefully constructed facade. His role is to gently pull her focus back towards genuine connection, towards the tangible realities of your shared life. He prioritizes authentic experiences over performative displays, encouraging engagement with the real world and meaningful activities. In moments of stress, emotions often take precedence over logic. Understanding this is crucial for navigating relationships effectively. Recognize that logic alone may be ineffective without acknowledging emotions. Maintain composure and offer a balanced perspective. The inherent human capacity for empathy is a cornerstone of social cohesion and intimate connection. This empathetic attunement is often a pronounced strength in many women. However, This profound empathy can sometimes render individuals more susceptible to emotional manipulation. Your role as a discerning partner involves cultivating an awareness of these dynamics. When you perceive that her empathetic nature is being potentially exploited by external parties, your responsibility is to offer a clear, objective perspective. By acting as a protective filter, you help safeguard both her emotional well-being and the integrity of your relationship from negative external influences. Beneath the surface of many expressed desires lies a deep yearning to feel uniquely chosen. This transcends the mere desire for physical attractiveness or general approval. It's a more profound psychological need to occupy a unique and cherished position in her partner's world. This desire is fulfilled through consistent, focused attention and authentic appreciation. A man who understands this provides this sense of being chosen as a natural expression of his genuine admiration and commitment. His masculine frame, his confidence, his direction, his self-possession provides the context that makes this choosing meaningful. Fulfilling this desire to feel uniquely chosen is an ongoing process of affirmation and recognition. Outward displays of strength, confidence, or aloofness can often serve as a facade, a fortress built to protect a more vulnerable inner landscape. Recognizing this dynamic is crucial, for what appears on the surface may not be the complete representation of an individual's internal state. A man of true perception develops the capacity to see beyond the facade, to sense the subtle cues that might indicate underlying vulnerabilities. This is not an invitation to probe invasively, but to cultivate a compassionate understanding. When you can acknowledge and hold space for these hidden insecurities, you build a connection of extraordinary depth. This understanding solidifies your status as a high-value man, because it demonstrates that your attraction and commitment are not predicated on a flawless ideal. Understanding these 10 fundamental psychological dynamics is not a pathway to control or cynical exploitation. This knowledge represents an unparalleled advantage, but an advantage to be wielded with profound responsibility. It is about gaining a sophisticated understanding of female psychology, allowing you to navigate relationships with logic and confidence. This is the foundation upon which a true Sigma male builds his interactions. He uses this insight to connect more deeply and understand needs with greater acuity. Subscribe to Male Psychology Insights now. Like this video, comment below, and share it with another man who needs to understand these truths.